gotta be the one to start this stream off. But here we go.
True.
Welcome in, everybody. It's time for another episode of the SGL podcast. I am not alone, maybe alone on camera, as you can see, but maybe at some point get a little bit of gameplay for you here. But joining me, as always, I think, right? Haven't missed a week, right, Luis?
I mean, I think I'm here. I don't know. I could be not here, bro. That's a possibility.
Say, who really knows at this point? Because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing it, but things have been going all right so far. So it's almost like waiting for something to break. But that might be me just with how much traffic there is for the U.S. Open this week. But
Oh my God, the U.S. Open, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Good luck with
It is
that, bro.
happening 10 minutes away from my neighborhood and 20 minutes away from me, and parking is everywhere, and it is trash to deal with. So the U.S. Open is in your city. Uh, Good luck with your infrastructure. I'll
Wait,
tell you that right now.
are you a golf person, Debit?
Nope. No.
Oh, okay. I was
Bare
gonna
Woods
ask.
is.
I was gonna ask you to give me your favorite for the tournament, but
All I can say about golf as of recently is Rory McIlroy didn't make the cut last weekend after being handed a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. Just let that sink in. That's all I want to say on that.
damn, it's crazy. Maz catching strays and he can't even. Well, I guess he is here to be honest, but no, that's all right. Um, yeah. We obviously had the French Open as well. Um, so a lot of big sports stuff happening, man.
Yeah, watching Coco pull that off was incredible to watch. Seeing that on Sunday, right? Yeah. I believe that was then. There's too much sporting events happening right now.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
fuck pickleball. Okay, this is an anti-pickleball
true,
podcast. All right.
true. I'm actually with that.
Tennis. Nothing will beat not only the Grand Slams of professional tennis, but just all the events as well, all the ATP stuff, like everything about it. So you know what, tennis supremacy here. Okay, pickleball is cringe and for old people. So yeah.
True. Get running. Don't be lazy. The ball isn't shaped like a pickle. You're so right, Skyline. That's the kind of energy and the hating energy we need to bring to pickleball. It's not
Listen,
real.
if you play pickleball, nothing against you, but like we already figured it out, man. It's called table tennis, ping pong, whatever you want, whatever you describe it, okay? Go do that, all right?
Exactly.
So,
Oh my gosh. Dude, Maz, this is a clap moment. I'm very happy that this is the imagery that we're putting up for him right now while we're I
oh,
guess
that's
maybe we're
sick. Wait, I used to have a Mickey Mouse profile or dang, this is a long time ago. I should run the Mickey Mouse stuff again, man. Especially in that the old kind of cartoon aesthetic is just so cool too. I'm a big fan.
Have you heard of a game called Rubber Hose Rampage?
Rubber Hose? What are you saying, David, bro?
Rubber Hose Rampage?
Oh, my fault. No, I haven't heard of that game. I'm gonna be honest.
You should try it. It's a Cuphead beat 'em up, but it's
Oh,
Steamboat Willie.
gotcha. You cool. Sounds I like the Cuphead series and yeah, that sort of game. So yeah, I'd play that.
The latter Skyline. It is a hose S before the E. Um, I'm not trying to lead uh lead astray any audio listeners out there. You know, don't gotta go too crazy with this one. But
Well,
yeah,
cool. We're
yeah.
here. We're doing. We should probably do SGL stuff on the SGL podcast. So
Who would have thought?
um, we can talk
Yeah, I
about
guess
pickleball and Cuphead games on a different podcast.
need to make another podcast now. But yeah, we gotta jump over. We gotta talk about the week that we had last week. Last week was back to form. We were back to the league, so both the championship and the premier. Both had league play return. Championship had a lot on the line this time around, so and it feels like all is settled, even though it's not completely so. But we will be showing you briefly the results of what happened last week in the championship up here. Just a reminder, this is match day 9 over here. The Premier is currently in match day 10, so those are old results for the Premier. Running down the line, EC Defiance taking it 3-1 over Los Verdes. Black and Gold Old Timers taking it over Steel Army 3-1. And EM Big Dogs getting the result against Axe and Rose, sweeping them over here. I want to turn it over to you first, just because you're probably the outside view over here. What are your thoughts on the championship this past week?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's been a lot of big results there on your screen for the championship, but I think the biggest one is I think it's EM Big Dogs winning a series without Ponzi. I mean, Ponzi, the carry for that team, and they got it done without him. So I think it's time for Ponzi to quit and just hang it up. He's an old man, and his younglings in Skyline and Playboy Farty got it done. So yeah, shout out EM Big Dogs, of course, the biggest game of the weekend for the championship, or for the last week of the championship. So yeah, it's just kind of my thoughts.
Interesting take. I can kind of agree with that, especially seeing as no Ponzi this time around. Yeah, Skyline and Youngling. Listen, Youngling in the other sense. He's even got the Mandalorian theme for his goal song. So we got to roll with it. I'm gonna highlight another game, and I gotta do it to my own self. It is Black and Gold taking the other side of the matchup. They get to take it over Steel Army 3-1. It is looking really good for Black and Gold to essentially lock up the league right now and take it away from Steel Army after pretty much going the whole season being behind them by 1 point, it feels like. So yeah, what a result overall that we gotta just sort of work with over here. That could be the decider of the championship. We still got one more week, but I mean, it's in good hands right now for Black and Gold.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was the championship game of the championship, and yeah, I mean, unfortunate for your team to kind of come out on the wrong end of that, but yeah, Black and Gold, I honestly didn't think they played their best series. Actually, I don't think both teams played their best series, so maybe a bit of nerves kind of going into that, or maybe some other factors, but we talk a lot about Christian the Plumber, but I think Saikugo and Squizzballs, you got to shut them out, because I think they played really well, and they really enabled kind of Christian the Plumber to kind of put up the numbers he's putting up, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to those guys, and yeah, I don't know, I mean, you played in the series, Debit, so like, I don't know, from like y'all's perspective, like what went wrong, or like what was the feeling like during this series?
I think it was a good start, and then just I think it was a game of who could adapt better to who was changing the flow of the game. I think Black and Gold definitely dominated that back in game 2. Game 3, I feel like we did a lot better to try to counter some of the stuff, but it just didn't work out. Game 4 was like, yeah, we should have had it, and then we just kind of let it fumble in. You saw that triple commit that we had, which was super unfortunate to see. Kind of cost us that lead over there, and then it just became chaos after that. So yeah, really unfortunate result overall. For us, probably won't work out for the championship this time, but it was it was a decent series overall. I think I would agree that both sides didn't play their best, but sometimes it's just how it falls for these championship matches. And yeah, moving up to EC Defiance Los Verdes. This was one that I believe was, that was a late start over there, and one that I was telling myself, all right, I can't stay up to commentate this one. I got to go to work in the morning, wake up early. This series single-handedly gave me a second wind while watching on my phone. So I've almost had to implement a rule to not watch SGL past a certain time, or else I'm just going to wake up and stay awake for a while afterwards. Because, dude, I was waiting for LV to like pull off some of these results that were like starting to go their way, but then EC Defiance just ended up pulling out all the stops, especially watching Nose really come to form in this series. So, man, that's just a good series.
Yeah, and I mean, Los Verdes talked a lot, going into that one. These guys think that they should be, a top 2 team in the league. They talk a lot of shit about your team too, Debit, and they had just beaten whatchamacallit. They had just beaten ECD in the cup, so yeah, ECD got their get back, and for Los Verdes, I mean, maybe a little bit of a reality check. And yeah, good for ECD, man. What a season ECD has had from being they were the worst team last season, I believe, to, I mean, what do they have like 20 something points this season, and there's still a couple games to be played, or like 1 game. So yeah, a lot of storylines for both teams coming out of that one. And ECD, I think that they won the battle of the 3rd power rank spot for the league. So yeah, good for them to get their get back.
Yeah, for sure. So I think you had also talked about it, the fact that we're looking at the championship and how things are shaping up. Black and Gold ready to take it. ECD is actually in striking distance from Steel Army. I think they're only 4 points behind, but I think Steel Army just gets 1 point or something like that. They just secure 2nd is all. But yeah, that'll do it for that week 9, match day 9. Gotta make sure I'm saying that right over here. For the championship over here, I know we do want to talk about the Premier a little bit, because we do have a little bit of a mix-up over here. Maybe not mix-up, but the fact that we only have 2 of the 3 matchups done so far. And that matchup, that last matchup that I'm alluding to, is actually going to be happening tonight. 2 games, or the 2nd game into this stream. So after the podcast, we will have EM versus ECRC in the cup, in the lower semis over there, followed by the week or match day 10 matchup between Timbers Army and Locals, as you can see scheduled up there on your screen. But yeah, taking it back, EM on a bye week over here. Looking down the line, Rebellion taking it over Eternal 3-1, and ECRC taking it over the Cauldron 3-1. Honestly, looking at both these series, I mean, they both have standout storylines sort of striking you, but if I'm gonna call out one, I would like to shout out that we have both been putting the Cauldron lower on the power rankings. And now it's kind of getting vindicated now.
Yeah, I think going into the series in the chat, I predicted ECRC in 5, and then I saw the lineup that I think KC rolled out there, and I think I ended up predicting a sweep. But I think KC, maybe a Thorn Gold in there might have changed it up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I've been accusing them of Mickey Mouse this whole season, so I got to stick with it. Got to continue my hatred of KC, and yeah, shout out ECRC, man, getting it done and potentially showcasing basically a finals game today against EM. Just how the schedule's lining up potentially. So yeah, shout out both teams. I don't think ECRC played too well in that series, and neither did KC. So we're kind of seeing that trend in some of these bigger games at the end of the season, where teams just kind of aren't really playing at their peak or whatever. But yeah, I mean, what did you think about that series between those 2 teams?
Yeah, honestly, I was sort of waiting to see like what lineups we would get out of both these sides. You had mentioned Thoringold not being around for this one. I think definitely could have played a part. Definitely has a physical presence around. Is annoying on the flicks to deal with as well. So I think that's somebody you want around in your league play matchups. So yeah, highly unfortunate to not see the full strength roster here for KC, but I know they trust Funch a lot. just the result kind of didn't fall. For ECRC, it kind of did follow the idea of like starting slow a bit, and they tend to just do that. That's just the ECRC way over here. But that roster trio that we had over here, especially watching Howling Moon and Gojo, it they're just able to do it. Able to take a series themselves, deliver the work here. I know Captain Toad over here definitely pulling on all the stops to keep the team within the title contention. And so yeah, I know you mentioned like teams not being at their best late in the season. I think I would agree with that trend as well. But I think ECRC being as solid as they were, they weren't. I don't think they were going to take this one lightly, and I think that it showed still that they had enough grit to get it done.
Yeah, and I think I mean, they're on a massive win streak if memory serves, right? I don't think like when their last loss was week 2, was it? I don't remember.
It's
But
something crazy. Like they were 2-2, and I'm like scrolling through the tables right now. Yeah, they have not lost since the last time I looked over there. So it's kind of crazy to see.
yeah, they're rolling, and if you're a ECRC fan, I mean, you're really in high spirits right now with the way your team's playing, and you know, KC's not out of it yet, right? So there's still, I think, a couple game weeks to play, so 2 or 3, so still a lot of movement can happen here towards the end of the season in the Premier. But shout out Rebellion, want to shout them out. You know, I had them 5th in my power rankings. They won again, so they've won 2 series in a row in the league. So yeah, shout out them, beating EC Eternal. So they're moving in the right direction. You know, getting some momentum and confidence back going into the next season, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely can't forget about this squad because it feels like they've been on the cusp of so many things that could go right for them so far. But it's good to see them get the result like this, especially against this EC Eternal side that we know has a lot of talent in the air. It can be a little ambitious whenever it comes to some challenges and some flying in the air, but you know they've got the quality to take over. So this Rebellion side, they got past the double commits, were able to stick together as a group. If I recall, I believe Triple C got back into this one as well, so good to see the old trio back together over here. Um, but yeah, this was a critical result for them. I'm pretty sure after seeing this, they are maybe not locked per se for that at least like 6th or 5th or like contention for that, but they definitely are put into a spot where they're at least are not in wooden spoon territory, or at least would take a lot to get to that point. So good result for them. Still trying to get my Chattanooga Red Wolves team in this league. Bro, if you can bring Chattanooga in this league and not somehow get the other one, I'm going to get mad at you because you need to get both, and I want the Chattanooga rivalry in here. Just them.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And of course, we have Playboy Farty saying the EM Big Dog's gonna win in 5 against yours truly, Debit. So, thoughts on that?
I sleep.
No way he's sleeping, bro. He's sleeping on Playboy Farty. I mean, listen, this guy's grinding. You know, he was silver yesterday. He's gold today. So he's grinding, bro. He's putting in hours. So, you know, got to watch out for David here in the next few weeks, man. He keeps grinding. He's gonna be GC soon.
Do it. Grind up. We're gonna need it. Let's get the championship up to that level.
Wait, in USL, do they do the wooden spoon too, or like what does the last place team get? Do they get like a little trophy or no?
No, they don't. It's a little sad. I feel like there should be something, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so bad at being creative on like what should and shouldn't be a trophy, but yeah, I think y'all need to get something for the worst place team. Which is who's that this season? Do you know?
I mean, I know last season was definitively Miami, because it was like a historically bad season, but they're even doing better compared to most other teams. Tampa Bay has actually been kind of in the toilet this year. It's kind of been surprising to see a team that's usually been battling for the top. Seems like they switched sides with Charleston. Um, but yeah, oh my gosh, I actually did not know that Tampa was in last. I did not think they were in last, but they are in last. They're even below Hartford right now, so
Damn, the Hurricane must have, I don't know, took out all their good players, bro. I don't know that happened, man.
killed everything, bro. Even took
It
Cal
did.
Jennings away and brought him to Charleston.
Well, cool, man. Those are the matchups to look forward to, and um, for this week in the Premier. Or no, we didn't talk about this week in the Premier. That's what we gotta do next, right, David? Or are we doing that?
Oh, we did the
Thoughts?
review already, but we just needed the one more matchup. That was the only thing that we needed to see, which was gonna happen later.
Oh, true.
Yeah. We just need Timbers Army and the locals to play, and they'll be popping over 11:30 sharp for that one over here. So make sure you stick around for that as we continue the stream. Moving along over here, and we should be just about moving over to a brief look before we probably don't yell at each other about power rankings because the championship has been relatively mild as far as things go,
True.
and it's going to be even more settled by the end of this week. So before we move to some power rankings, let's take a look at some top fives. I know Maz had that prepared and ready to go for us to view at this time. So there you go, chat. Nothing too crazy as far as it goes. There's a lot of similar names that you keep seeing up here. It's more like how far can we keep going up to here. Mecky Ducky's still remaining pretty solidly on, Golden Glove as far as it goes for total saves. Over here, Christian the Plumber, classic and dominating the championship over here, but there are some creepers up on his categories right now. So now I'm only wondering like if somebody's going to dethrone Christian on any of these top fives. But as far as per game goes, Christian's still going to be dominating.
Yeah, Christian the Plumber. I think last week there was one category in which he was not top, but he reclaimed them all. So Christian the Plumber, it's his league, and everybody else just playing catch up. So yeah, shout out the Plumber, man. He's listen. He's getting a 5-star review on Yelp. You know what I mean? So he's had a great season, and yeah, the stats obviously bear it out.
I want to shout out just because this is going to be more of a championship focused one this time around. I want to put a focus on Mr. Elite Stroker from LV creeping his way into the assists per game, showing that this LV side is becoming more and more like a team every day. So shout outs to them, especially, working their way up at the end of the season, trying to, get back to winning form, to winning against Steel Army and go to the cup final against Black and Gold Old Timers. And yeah, nothing else too crazy. We're seeing some ECD appearances through here. Really love to see that. I think, yeah, still we only got one. We still have one Axon Rose appearance, I think, is what I'm seeing. And I think we do have one EM Big Dogs appearance as well. And Ponzi's still doing really well in the points per game, staying in fourth, just ahead of Birdnana over there.
Yeah, for Ponzi to remain that top 5, or to be a top 5 points per game player, and for their team to win without him, pretty big. So yeah, shout out Ponzi doing his thing, and the EM Little Dogs got it done this week. So yeah, shout out them as well. But yeah, I mean, not much to write about home here. I mean, a lot of the same faces and names that we've been seeing every weekend and week out, and at this point in the season, Debit, it's hard to get into these categories. They're pretty well defined, and you're playing catch up, and usually those people above you are pretty good. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little tough to do. And just so everybody knows, before we move on to power rankings, Premier will be updated after this Timbers Army local series. Just got to get to that before we give you the full picture,
True.
All right, we're not going to yell at each other. I'm pretty sure I can already call our power rankings from here. I'm not going to lie. They're both probably not going to be the same.
I don't even know if mine changes from last week. I'm gonna be honest a bit. I think my power rankings are gonna remain pretty close, but we can give them a try here.
Yeah, yeah, I think we're gonna be misaligned only on one thing, and this is gonna be probably very funny to argue about. Not gonna lie, because it comes at the spot of a heated rivalry here in the championship. So it'll be fun to to see us take sides for those respective teams. You know.
I mean, I'm interested because I genuinely don't think we're gonna disagree, but hey, let's give it a go.
I mean, I'll let you go first. I mean, it's championship time.
Yeah, I mean, my championship rankings it's very simple. I mean, we'll start from the top just because they have the big win of the week. I mean, I do have BNG at the very top. They are, unless something catastrophic happens, the SGL champions for the SGL championship. So, yeah, they're at the top, and of course, the team that they beat, your team, is number 2. And we spoke about the 3 and 4 matchup, and well, my third place team beat the fourth place team. So you have ECD followed by Los Verdes at 4, and you look at the standings there. By the way, I mean, EM Big Dogs have won 2 more series and only have 2 more points than Los Verdes, which is interesting. And I do have EM Big Dogs obviously at number 5 and Axe and Rose at number 6, but it is interesting. Los Verdes have only won 2 series this entire season, but I think we all hold them to a higher standard than EM Big Dogs. So, yeah, I was kind of shocked to see that just how, I mean, how few points Los Verdes have given where people, or they themselves rank themselves,
Yeah, it's interesting to see because it's basically just showing that they grind out series no matter what's going to happen. Because we're talking about 2 series where they get 4 points each. That's only 8 points there. The rest of those 7 matchups, they had at least probably like 1 or 2, maybe got swept by one of them, but they're grinding out those 1 and 2 games in those series to get those 8 extra points. Fun fact, those are the exact same power rankings as last time. Well, he did say that, so.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm almost certain that mine isn't gonna change, but
Not gonna lie, I really thought you were gonna be tempted to put the big dogs at 4.
I can. I don't know. I think that before that Los Verdes brought in Arglass for that one series, I mean, they were killing them, bro. I mean, it wasn't even close. So, but yeah.
All right, well, yep, this is once again another classic. Debit agrees with Luis. I love how you flip to this immediately. Yep, the receipt don't lie. It
True.
is the exact same. There are no differences here. We basically have no arguments. I can't argue for my team like I did 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago about power rankings. I even flipped to black and gold last week because I'm like, listen, they're on every bit of Cloud9 as possible. If they beat Steel Army, they're never gonna go away from that. They're gonna maintain that number 1 spot, even if they somehow lose the title at this point. I feel like they've earned that number 1 power ranking for the entire season, given the way their team has performed. ECD have literally solidified themselves as just like the 3rd best team in this league. So yeah, I gotta give shout outs to them. They definitely earned this one over here. The big dogs, yeah, I don't know. It's just something about this where I haven't been able to propel them up any higher, and I just need something a bit more convincing. Like they're getting the series wins, they got 16 points out of those series, but the other series, like they're not grinding an outlet like Los Verdes is, because like if LV get 1, 2 more series, all of a sudden we're talking about flipping the script over here. LV could be right back and forth. So, yeah, literally just could be coming down to that at the end of the day. For EM Big Dogs, just not quite enough. Maybe they'll have to prove me wrong. If they beat my team again, maybe I'll be tempted to push them up again. But nope, still LV at 4. That team really gives me a lot of hope. Really got to give the props to them. Continuous grind. Seems like they are going to be doing better every week, especially Mr. Devon, and inspiring Mr. Palace to continue his reign of terror wherever he may go. Um, but yeah, we don't have anything else to talk about as far as power rankings. We did it. It was that simple.
Yeah, we did. It was boring, but I'm sorry, chat. The championship is boring. All right.
Uh, our
I
fault,
blame
guys.
I blame Christian the plumber for making it boring. So
Cheers to that. We'll roll with it. But shout outs to ECD for making it at least a bit more interesting. I'll give them the creds here.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think ECD might be my favorite team this season. I think just given their rise this season after last season. So yeah, at least ECD are bringing a little bit of a spark in terms of yeah, I don't know, showing some growth. So
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would incredibly agree. They definitely are my team of the season because they are actually just like the most different and impressive team that I've seen so far. So I don't know. Maybe another team will end up getting up on that spot. I know Axe and Rose are trying hard to win over the hearts of many here in SGL, but just happen next year, you know.
yeah,
All right. I think we done our part over here. Uh, it's time to move on. We gotta go into reactor mode. We gotta start reacting to some clips, and honestly, I wish I could say I knew more about the clips coming into this one, but this was all a surprise. I forget a lot about last week. I'm not gonna lie. Like I do like remember what I recall about watching the games, but as far as like clippable moments, I am completely lost right now. This could literally just be anything, and I'm just gonna straight react.
dude, I literally forget things that happen in series that I play 5 minutes like after it's done. Like, and when it comes to Rocket League, I literally forget so much, either casting and or playing. So. But
Casting is an interesting one too, because like you try to like keep the conversation up, but you're almost like trying to convey something to chat at the same time. And you're like, wait, this player did this, right?
yeah, I would
Like
not
to
be a
me,
good professional commentator. I'm gonna be honest. I'd have to write a bunch of stuff down. I'm not doing that for SGL games. I gotta be honest. Maybe I need to. I need to get on the grind set during them so I can have better commentary. But
I need more receipts for this to start writing down my notes. Um, maybe another receipt. I'm running out of room. I need more space for the Premier Power rankings. Maybe I'll just end up using a.
you gotta go to CVS. Doesn't CVS still do like the super long receipts or no? They stopped doing that.
I haven't gone to CVS probably since I bought COVID uh, tests last there. Whenever they were doing those for free, but then they're like, no, we ended that program, so I stopped. Even though it's like right across the street from me. But where are the receipts from? Giant Eagle. I'm gonna show the logo up here. Uh, Pittsburgh area grocery chain. Definitely not as superior as say like a Walmart around here in price, but I'll give it up. The deli department is the best thing about it. How old is this thing?
Is it cheaper than Walmart?
Not really, no. It's more expensive. It's even worse.
It's worse than Walmart. Damn.
Yeah, that's why. But they also have Mexican Coke there, so that's also why I shop there.
Oh, base. Nice.
Walmart's not as expensive as your premium grocery store chains in Canada. Oh, what's the point then?
The vibe, the camaraderie. You never know what you're gonna meet at a Walmart, bro.
Bro, we are not saving money and living better at this point. That's literally their motto.
Listen, I hate Walmart, alright?
Oh, I do too, based on principle. But times are tough, man. We gotta buy shit.
No. Degrowth. Alright, never mind. Next. What are we doing next?
We gotta react. We gotta react.
Oh yeah, we're React streamers now. Atrioc. My fault.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hey, chill.
Tries to take over with little to no boost.
Well,
Alright,
Gives the
LVECD.
ball to Defiance.
Let's watch them close,
That whip
baby.
from Bird Eye's not going to be good, but
We're whiffing?
Oh my God,
We're
another
whiffing?
one. And there's the open net. And somehow that ball does not go in.
Guys.
And what a save by Nose to deny to deny Los Verdes their
Man,
third
that's
goal.
peak SGL championship gameplay right there, baby. We love that.
Honestly, it doesn't show up in the power rankings. You just gotta watch the gameplay.
Yep.
Do a good job of defending this, and they get it out. Now entering the final 30 seconds. Ball off the backboard.
Oh, yeah?
EC Defiance need to make this count. Open again. Off target. Palace. Pass to Devin.
Pop.
Devin. Oh, what a save.
Oh my
That
gosh,
ball
dude,
was
this
just
defense.
dipping underneath the crossbar. Green Mario with a clutch save. It's not over yet for
Yeah, ECD was
Defiance.
cooking on
They
the
still need to
defense,
hold
huh? I
on.
mean, these guys
With
were
the clock-
them.
With the clock going into the final 10 seconds, they need to get a shot now.
Alright,
ECD,
yeah. Beats
Do
the
they
double
have
commit.
2 goals in them? It really looks like they don't. It must be said, Maz, but anything's
Dude, I thought
possible.
LV had an opportunity to bring this one back to...
Oh,
No, that's right.
Whoa!
What? How do you
Yeah,
miss-
LV, man. I don't know what
missed
happened to
that
them in
as
this
well?
series. They looked a little bit lost
With
on the field compared to what we've seen in recent weeks, you know? So.
I forgot that that moment actually woke me up again. Them not scoring. I was in bed watching this and going, what the hell? Why isn't it in the net? This too! Like, come on!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Los Verdes just.
And as a player,
They
that's
don't
so
wanna score.
tilting, right? Like, you have all the
ECD's giving them
pressure,
so
all the
many
chances,
here.
and
They
you're just
have
not
to score here if they
scoring,
want to
so
have
you
a
gotta
chance
feel
at
for them a
winning
little
this
bit.
game in this
Yeah,
series.
for-
But no.
I mean, like, 'cause, like, we're commentators and
ECD
players.
are gonna survive,
uh,
Maz, and they take
It's even worse just
in
because, like,
4
you know, like, it
games.
should be going.
Well-deserved
but-
EC Defiance, worthy winners. Los
You're
Verdes,
thinking
when he
about
gets
the
ball,
call
this team
after
really
the
does
series.
get
Oh,
going.
what the hell are they gonna
And
say
they can't
about me?
just rely on Christmas as well. They need Bisbo and Spanky to also get some involvement going. And it's
Oh.
Oh my gosh!
able to capitalize on this.
Wait,
Christmas
wait,
needs to keep his composure,
wait.
and he does. Gets away with that, but it's not over yet. A second chance, maybe. Shorts in the midfield. Shot. That's gonna be bouncing off the post.
Please tell me it goes in.
Sorry. And
Thank
Shorts
you.
Gets the second touch.
I mean, the Rebellion were
2-0
just
after
relentless.
a
I mean, these
crazy
guys were.
frenzy in front of that EC
They were just
turnover.
pounding the net, man. Finally
Yeah,
went
just
in.
cars
so.
going everywhere. The ball was going everywhere, and
Gosh.
Shorts.
I was about to be upset
On
if
the
that didn't go
receiving
in
end
too.
of all
So
of that,
I was like, you
and
had
they
all
do
the plays in the world to clear out the defense and nothing.
A chance to get a shot on goal, but he just doesn't get to the ball quickly, and EC Turtle get away with it.
Yeah, great defensive stand. They all had like no boost, and they survive, and that's what you have to see if you're EC Eternal is not
Wait,
double committing on
pass?
defense. But that could be a chance
Oh.
of Bisbo.
Oh, okay,
Bisbo
Spanky.
again. I mean, this guy's been the man of the hour, Maz. This
or
guy's
Bisbo?
saving everything. He's creating
Yep,
everything for
yep,
this EC
wrong
Eternal
camera.
team.
And
what a
Bisbo
save
impressed
as
me in
well.
the
I mean,
series.
For
I thought he was
BNG as we
fantastic.
finally stall
I
out
didn't
in the
know he had
midfield a little bit.
the-
Here comes
this
MVP,
sort of mech
Christian the
in him,
Plumber.
so.
Bear Blitz is going to go
Yeah,
off,
shout
and
out Bisbo.
it's going to be a double
Oh, wait, my
commit
stream.
with... I
Where'd it
don't
go?
know who it was,
Oh, we're back, chat.
but Christian
Oh,
the
there we go.
Plumber says, yeah, I work out. It was Bear Blitz
Oh my
and
gosh, yeah,
Raisin
he just
Boy,
bullied Bear Blitz here.
and that lead is restored.
Do you like watching clips of
For
series you lose that
BNG.
bit?
It's-
You just
it's
rather
not the-
watch them?
It's not the most fun, but I know I can
Of
at
course, we'll
least
see
have
how
fun
off
with
of
the
touch from
content of it.
Hugo. So nothing doing this time is Debit's going to play this one back. Raisin Boy
I can
off to
laugh
the
at
corner.
myself
Can
if it's
Bear Blitz
funny
get
enough.
there? No,
I'll say
Plumber
that.
is too quick.
Yeah,
And
unless
he's
I
too
score a
quick
really
for
good
Devitt.
goal in a
Christian
series
the
I lose,
Plumber.
I'm not watching
Just
that
give
shit.
this
That
man
is
the
not for
MVP.
me, bro.
Devitt was
He
lost.
just beat.
Somebody
Oh
find
shit!
Uncle Deb.
Hi, Rydog.
Matt saying in chat, this back and forth is not. Gonna just let it be faked out. Plumber comes in once again with no
think this
boost.
was a
Debit, can he
three-man
win the ball?
play?
Yes, he can. Bear Blitz gonna
Wait, no,
get a
Bear
touch
Blitz
back.
beat
He
Alright.
can!
Yeah, the Bear
Unbelievable
Blitz.
from
Dude,
Bear
this
Blitz.
goal is sick, man. I don't know what y'all's comments were like.
And
That
that
was
might
sick
be
from
goal of the
from Will,
match
man.
so far.
I just feel like, can you shoot?
Unbelievable touch.
And then he just hits that. I'm like, oh, thank you.
And we are level at 3 with exactly 90 seconds left. We have an absolute cinema. Yourselves in the championship.
Man, I'm almost kind of sad. I wish like I could watch the rest of game 4
You see
there.
Howling Moon
Up
this
until the
time.
bad part.
Oh,
of
and here
course,
we
but-
go. Casey with the saves. It's Zach, or I think that's Smitty is who that's
I
supposed
was
to
about to
be.
say, no way.
As we see
Wait.
a missed touch. Gojo, can he sneak it by? Funch, of course, gets the save.
Dude.
And KC starting right where they left off
Why
probably
was
in
Funch
every
right
other
there?
series. And getting some insane saves. As you see Toronto trying to play right back to the corner, right where Funch is hanging out. He's going to pick up the boost, but it's going to be a huge clearance from Gojo. And KC have to do this in the air. They want to seal this game. Howling Moon's going to play this to the corner. Toe Death to
Wall?
the ceiling. Can Serrano 50 it? He is, and is that going to be
Wait.
it? Gojo, what a save! Funch is up this time. Gojo with the win. And
Oh
that
my
ball's going to die.
gosh,
What a
dude, that
scary,
was
scary
inches
moment
away.
for
Yeah, I was sick
ECRC.
defending.
But they
Sick
are going to do it
defending.
in game one. Of course, Howling Moon. This last man. He's going to get another shot and does. Funch is going to play this one off the backboard. Toe Death off to the side. As Funch, here comes the Demo Man. Kind of like Bear Blitz in that last game if you stayed with us. Serrano, what a shot, but what
Dude,
even
the
better save
the
from
moon
Howling Moon.
was doing
As
big things.
Gojo, we'll call it a fake out. Howling Moon does not get the
Bro,
touch
they're
he
just
wants, and Toe Death
Manuel
to
Neuer against Serrano
bail
over
him
here.
out in the meantime.
They did.
As Gojo doesn't get the midfield boost the first time.
They downgrade
That is
him
really
from
good
Lebrano
patience
to
for
Serrano.
Toe Death, but Zach read it awkward. Serrano gets there in time. Toe Death is dead, so that means it's a 2v0. And
Bench?
Serrano
Oh,
can
frick.
get this ball across, and he does after the
I feel
second
that.
touch, but not after the KC boys already committed. Here comes Gojo, a flip,
Flick?
tight angle, flick and
Oh.
gets it. Gojo, what a catch, what a dribble, and what a flick. And it is 1-0 to Seattle. Over the past few weeks, man, Gojo has looked
Shout out Rydog for holding down the fort, pretty much through all those over there. Makes me sad that I'm not going to be able to commentate his series tonight, but that's his fault for 11:30 on a Monday night, so I'm just going to blame him for that.
Rydog catching strays, and it's crazy. I mean, kind of fucked, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
You mean? It's fine. We good. He's gonna come to Pittsburgh. We're gonna see a Hounds game, maybe a Pens game. Bro's trying to see a Steelers game too. We'll make it work.
My goodness, the triple dipper there, no chilies. I mean, that's pretty good.
Trying, man. He's trying. Trying to hit everything.
Also,
He's a
shout out
user.
Chili's. Shout out Chili's. It is an overly hated establishment, but we stand Chili's here, okay?
When's SGL land to Chili's after party?
I'm down, okay? Listen, you can go to Chili's and get a full meal, and it's less than like one Domino stuffed crust pizza. So like, just think about that, all right? Do the conversions, all right?
Exactly. Triple dipper into. Don't they have like some drink deal too? That they have on like certain nights too?
I don't know. I don't really go to Chili's to drink, but sure. You know what? They're an S tier American establishment, so sure. I in my canon, I believe in them. So
Gotcha. All right. That'll do it for our clip session over here. We're gonna be talking about two more things before we flip
Applebee's
over
is
to
better? What?
Okay.
What the fuck is that in the chat? I mean, that is.
Why is our producer hating right now?
Applebee's? Brubbies? I mean,
Are
that's.
you just
terrible,
saying
bro.
that to start shit, bro?
Yeah, I mean, that's terrible.
Let's be honest here.
Also, I have a question. Do Outbacks exist anymore? I don't even know if that. Did they go out of business? I don't remember.
Brief delay, because I have to figure this out. I swear there is near me, but okay. I'm seeing two. Monroeville and Coriopolis in the Allegheny County area. Okay, so it looks like they still are around, but definitely, it's a rarity now. They're basically dying. But I need you guys to try Applebee's and Chili's in the Middle East. Hey, I don't know the next time I'm gonna be out in the Middle East. Maybe someday. Maybe I can get it exported over here for a day.
Yeah, he's gonna Uber Eats a triple dipper from Oman or something. It'll be great. I'm excited.
Exactly. All right. Well, we were gonna get to a couple things before we, finish it off with one other thing. We will be talking about the previews going into this upcoming week, because the championship is going to be going into another cup week. In fact, only one matchup has to be played for the championship this time around. It is the losers final between Steel Army and Los Verdes. Steel Army, another series to see whether they can still contend with them all. They got to do another 7-game series to see if they can maybe get revenge against Black and Gold in the grand final. But to do a little bit of preview, I know Los Verdes is hungry for it right now. Trying to schedule something right now. I'm really excited for this one, so I want to know what your thoughts are on this one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Los Verdes play the way they did against ECD, I mean, these guys are going to get swept, if not get one game in that series. But listen, if they play to their potential, I mean, it could be an interesting series. I mean, I'm still predicting you guys to win, Devitt, but yeah, I think it's all going to depend on what Los Verdes shows up.
That's true. That's a good point there. Los Verdes are in cup mode like Spurs and United in the PL. Well, I can see that. I can see that. I can attest to that. Yeah, all bias included, I think we're gonna win. Yeah, just putting that out there right now. I know they're gonna see that as motivation to, get back at me even more. But we got to make this a good series. So
I mean, they've been talking, Deb, but they've been talking some ish about that they're gonna be on. So yeah,
we will
luck.
just have to wait and see. And then for the premiere, they're actually staying in league competition. They will be seeing going into match day 11. And as you can see, the championship has no match day 11 because we have only 10 matchups. Look at how simple and cool we are over here, being done with the league campaign. But yeah, for match day 11, the Rebellion will get their bye week. Matchup of the week up there at the top, ECRC versus El Matador. EC Eternal maybe trying to play more spoiler to Timber's Army, but Timber's Army going to be wanting to use that as motivation and a little bit of a pick-me-up before going into cup competition the following week. And the locals an opportunity to showcase more newcomers, some devs over on their side as they play against Casey Cauldron, who just had a minor slip as far as their league campaign goes.
Yeah, of course, that top game is the big game that you guys are going to be seeing here in about 40-30 minutes. So, big game for the championship of the Premier. And yeah, it'll be interesting. We will be having a Couve appearance, of course.
Yes.
The biannual, the bi-seasonal Couve appearance. So, yeah, spoilers. EM will be doing the normal rotations. So, if you show up on game day, you're playing. I mean, that's just how it goes on EM. So, looking forward to it. Obviously, ECRC been rolling. I think 7 or 8 straight games. So, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. The other two are a little bit less toss-uppy. We're making up words here, but yeah, I'm excited for that game.
And yet, as he said, we will get to see that matchup between ECRC and El Matador right after this podcast episode. And that'll do it for the little previews that we got here for next week, just to show y'all before we end out with one other session. Oh no, it's just me again. Hi guys. Got no stream, so.
Yeah, shout out Rocket League crashing.
We love to see it, but yeah, we got one more thing that we want to bring up, and it's something that was happening honestly throughout a lot of their existence as an SG, but we do want to bring up in particular, and you are probably got to take the reins for me on this one as you see it way more than I do. We wanted to highlight 3252 from LAFC being one of just the best displays of SG culture, smoke, tifos, whatever like you got going on over there. It's just beautiful all around to see.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, I glaze them all the time. They are the best SG in all of North America. These guys are doing just so much on and off the SG stands to, promote what supporters culture should be like in the United States. And we're gonna be showing you all some clips they had against Club America. They played a one-off game to get into the Club World Cup, and one of the things I love about these guys and the club of LAFC also helps them out with this is that, we normally have, we typically just don't have displays of pyro and smoke to the extent that we see in other countries, but these guys are getting it done, Their club is, sending any fines or that sort of thing their way. So, if MLS fines them for having a really cool pyro display, they just send the check on over to the SG and the SG pays for it. So, of course, having fines for shooting off fireworks shouldn't be a thing, but just want to highlight them for just being awesome, man. We see it on a weekend basis all around the globe, and to be seeing this sort of stuff at home is awesome, and they're a real inspiration, I think, to any SG in Canada and the United States. So. Yeah, shout out them, man. And we're gonna show you some of these clips against Club America, man. It was a fantastic game, where they were on one end in their home section, and Club America, the biggest team in Mexico, and they put out a better display than the biggest team in Mexico did. So, yeah, shout out them for doing that. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's honestly just an incredible display all around. Actually, it's still funny that they basically just get blank checks to do whatever the heck they want. LAFC will do whatever to pay for it. It's something that I can definitely admire. It's just a small market USL SG. We just kind of have smoke, and we got one drum and occasionally some tifos around that we can do. But yeah, whenever we talk about gold standards, that's just one that we hope can see across a lot more SGs across the U.S. One that I hope we get a lot more recognition nowadays.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, I mean it's just fantastic stuff. So we're gonna be showing y'all some of these clips here, and yeah, just admire it, man. I mean, this is awesome. This is what you want to be seeing. So. And of course, we want to see a lot of this stuff all around the league and all around the United States. I mean, this is what supporting your team is meant to be like, right? So, so here we go. We're gonna roll some of these Twitter clips for you guys and just enjoy it, man. I mean, if you pulled someone off the street and you asked them, yeah, what country is this in? They tell you it's South America, it's Southeast Asia, it's Europe, but no, man, it's right here in the United States. So. Fireworks display, and I mean, they're mogging the Club America. That's crazy to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, big fan of. I'm a massive pyro guy. Back home in Uruguay, all these games they have the pyro, and it's so awesome to see.
Gosh, I can only imagine what it's like being in this section, because I'm used to having the smoke around me, but like watching some people just sort of like hack down the smoke is one thing. These people are just living and breathing it right now.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, usually, we always recommend wearing some sort of mask or like a cover. You know what I mean? And I love this video here because you're kind of seeing the battle here.
I think we got it.
You see the tweet, sending the LAFC boys on, and I mean, again, it's hard. It's hard to imagine, even 5 years ago, you tell somebody, an MLS team's going to out-Mog or, out-Aura, whatever the slang of the day is. Again, arguably the biggest club on the continent. So, yeah, shout out those guys for that display. And, of course, they ended up winning the game and are in the Club World Cup with Seattle and Miami. So, representing, MLS. And then we're going to move on over to a couple of weeks later. These guys were pictured all over TikTok and all over Twitter spheres as being insurrectionists or chanting and doing a really good job at supporting their team at their rival, the Los Angeles Galaxy. So just kind of shows you that these guys are culturally relevant. I mean, these guys are pushing this sort of supporters culture even into the political sense, and of course they weren't the ones pushing this. It was the far right on Twitter, but again, this level of support, man, I mean, you just don't see this in the United States. And so shout out to 3252, shout out to LAFC as a club, standing in solidarity with their communities, and backing their supporters groups, so Maz, myself, Debit, I mean, a lot of us in SGL, we've been in SGs forever, and oftentimes clubs just throw their SGs and fans under the bus. But here in LAFC, man, I mean, these guys are backing their fans and their community. So, yeah, shout out them, and putting out this, statement supporting them with their protests of, what's kind of going on with the current situation in the United States of immigration. So, shout out to these guys. I mean, they're leading all over the place. And they're just doing a good job. I'm so envious of just the way these guys conduct themselves, Debit, like, even at the height of El Matador when I was running it, I mean, we had probably 5% of what these guys are doing. So, super jealous, but yeah, hopefully this is kind of like a example for like everybody else, man, that you can support your team like you would if you're in South America, Europe, etc.
Yeah. Like these displays aren't like tied to like one specific like nation as far as we go. Like we've seen clips from all over the world. You have mentioned Southeast Asia. We talked about Morocco before as well.
Ooh, yeah.
I would say Moroccans go crazy over there. That's one that
Yeah.
we definitely got to shout out as well. But yeah, like the fact that we can even see like displays of this from even like as far away as like Portland Hearts of Pine, like just getting started out, trying to do some stuff within their own scene. Um, like even though I would hate their club with a passion, Detroit, all that they do, showing the passion, game to game. This kind of thing is possible. It just takes that little step forward, just to sort of push through and be like, all right, here's what we're culturally going to be. It doesn't have to be like looked upon as something like dangerous, insurrectionist. Just we're just having fun, man. Like once you get in there and you get like a scarf over your mouth and nose, bro, you're living and vibing with people that you probably maybe never thought would have hung out with before.
No, yeah, I mean, I'm just such a sucker for the pyro, man. I mean, I love that shit. So I was watching the LAFC pyro videos for like days on end, and yeah, so yeah, shout out those power displays, just all the displays in general. These guys are ahead of the curve, and really pushing the envelope forward for what supporters can and can't do in the United States. So, of course, we do have some of these guys in our Discord. I mean, 3252 are well represented in our Discord and in our league. So we're going to show one of these videos from one of the guys in here, one of the OG guys, a guy that I've known through Bara 76 as well. So Jeddick in the Discord, posting some videos. So
Oh wait, we had it.
we
And then we
heard the
lost
audio
it.
there.
Maybe we can get it back.
Also, if you guys have videos and stuff from y'all's SGs or y'all's clubs, like just like send them to us or post them, and we'll like feature them on a podcast. You know what I mean? So if your SGs are doing cool shit, post them and be like, hey, like this should be good podcast material. So
My fault, guys. If you
Any
want,
cool-
we'll start sending some inspiration.
yeah, like any cool tifos, smoke, pyro, if you have any like social, if your clubs do any like social stuff, yeah, or anything, just like drop them. We'll feature. So
Oh yeah. There we go.
and of course they were silent for I believe the majority of the game, in honor of just kind of protesting what's stuff going on in their community. But yeah, throughout the game you had displays like this. So yeah, just shout out them, man, making their voices heard. They're loud in a lot of ways. So yeah, shout out LAFC, shout out the 3252, and yeah, if your club has any cool things like anything we've shown, bring it our way, man. I'm a sucker for a good tifo, a good flag. A good flag's a big one for me too. I'm a sucker for flags. That bit, those like really good painted, nice flags. So
I don't have a painted flag to show you, but I know you've seen our Steel Army flag getting waved by the same person pretty much every game before on like
oh, yeah.
any of the highlights. So maybe one of these days. Triple C, welcome on in. I'm gonna ask you for that homework as well. Any cool displays from the Rebellion? I know you guys have had some other stuff go inside with the SG scene every now and then, so any chance that you got stuff over there, definitely always welcome to do so. I know I have to do this as well, so I will definitely get on that. But yeah, shout outs to them. They definitely earn all the props for what they do as a scene and as a group together. So yeah, they earn all our respect over here at SGL. Continue to do what you do best, and yeah, we'll definitely keep showcasing as much as we can.
Yeah, it's very good to see Chivas USA. I mean, they've had a really tumultuous, career as an organization. So yeah, they've really stepped it up. From empty stadiums to being the best supporters in North America. So yeah, congrats. They did really well.
They did a fun two poll the other day. Dude, send. I know we used to have a Millhouse 2-stick. Like everything's come up Millhouse, so I missed that one. I was hoping we could get that back one time, and I know we got to get another one out there, but hopefully we can get out soon. I'm supposed to hold that one just because of my background, but maybe sometime soon. Well, all right. I think that is gonna just about do it for this podcast over here. Episode 13 is in the books, and as we had mentioned, do not go away. We have much more coming at you. We still got 2 games to play. We've got a cup match between ECRC and El Matador upcoming in
League.
Wait,
We
League?
play. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll play
yeah.
them. We'll play them in the cup
League.
next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
The back-to-back.
Yep. We have league play for them over there, so there'll be a 5-game set before we get to another series at 11:30 Eastern between Timber's Army and the locals. So yeah, league play coming at you. A little bit different match days, but make sure you stick around. Those should be good matchups. We will be sending it to a be right back screen before we get kicked off with the next series. I don't know.
Timeout.
Yeah.
We're past the 10-minute mark in OT. We have to go to a mandatory TV timeout.
Bro, this is intermission. We reached the 0-second mark. We're done for, bro. But yes, please do stick around. We will be back with you soon for ECRC versus El Matador. Peace.